Right, I'm back. I've put the Prince of Wales away. Now, this is my second unboxing for today, and this, you can't see it yet, is the Prinz Eugen. So I've opened it yet. This has come from Hannants in London, so that's extremely good. Usually it's a Trumpeter model, which I've not built a Trumpeter model. I've never built a Trumpeter model. I've got the Enterprise up there, I've got that there. No, I haven't. I've never built a Trumpeter model before. I've got the HMS Hood to build. I've got the Bismarck on the way, and this is the Prinz Eugen. So it's £111. There's aftermarket in this box, I think. So this is the Prinz Eugen. Right, so I've never built a Trumpeter model, as I say. So this is going to be really interesting to see what this is like. So let me see if I can get it on my camera. Hey, these cameras are on. So let's first see if we can actually get the box open, eh? I'll say one thing for Hannants, they're extremely well packaged. Not done too bad either, because I ordered this Christmas Eve. They really have packaged it well. Go. I don't have a problem with that though. Right, now, I'm getting there. I should have unboxed it all before I started this, but let's have a look. I always got these stupid things. Now, oh, I expected a bit more than that. Oh, we'll have to look into that one. Right. 1/350 scale, German heavy cruiser Prinz Eugen. Now the aftermarket is an armament set. I expected a bit more. I'm going to have to look at that. I expected more than that. I thought that was going to be, well, there's certainly some small guns there. They can't be the main guns. I'll have to have a look at that. I'll come to that one. So let's have a look. Right, 1/350 scale German heavy cruiser Prinz Eugen. As I've said before with some of my other reviews, this is to go alongside HMS Hood and the German cruiser battleship Bismarck, where the old Trumpeter battle Denmark Strait. They're quite interesting. There's a nice little call out there on the side of the box, as you can see. It's giving you a few details, a couple of aircraft there. So that's not too bad. There's not really a lot. Alright, there's a top down view of it. So that's not too bad either. So let's see what's in the box. Now I know Trumpeter from experience. They really do package stuff so well. Oh, very good. Right, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, got some plastic bolts in. 9, 10, 11. A little bit there. A little bit there. Alright, that's the plastic. There's quite a bit there actually. Alright, we've got a bit of photo tape. Not a lot. Some transfers. One piece hole by the look of it. That's a very small hole. I expected it to be bigger than this, I don't know why. For some reason, that's not a waterline. Oh, I'll have a look at that in a minute. I'll do what I did with the Prince of Wales There's the decks. Oh, this is a weird deck, this is a weird, oh wow. This is going to be really, really interesting to see how they've done this. And extremely interesting to see what they're doing with this. There's not really a lot of detail in it. It doesn't tell you anything about it. Length 607mm, beam 68. Oh, 595 pieces. That's actually not too bad. Although that will include photo etch. But it still means there's going to be about 400 plastic parts to this. Now maybe them bits there are the main guns. For some reason I expected this to be a lot bigger. It obviously wasn't as big as I thought it would be. Right. So let's have a look. We've got 22 pages. Right, now let's see if I can zip into that. Get that there. See if I can get it set up. Right, German Prinz Eugen. Now I'm looking at this upside down. So once again I can't really read that. Decal application. We'll have a look at the decals later on. Read before assembly. So that's telling you, well, bits and bobs. 1/350th scale. I'll have to look at the whole of the Prince of Wales in a minute and get the two out and compare them. They certainly look, oh right, we've got a colour call out. We'll have a look at that in a minute. Let's put that to one side. So we start with all the parts. So deck. And there's a weird decks. This is really, alright, waterline. So what's the waterline? Oh okay, so this must be the waterline model. I'm not sure how that works. Never having built a waterline model, I'm assuming that is the waterline like that. There you go, the same decks there. Oh okay. Alright, let's have a look at that in a minute. Oh, build it as a waterline model anyway. With a part, it's got a waterline model. You've got rear, fore and centre decks. Lower half of the hull, upper half of the hull. Lower hull and upper hull. Waterline. Lower and upper hull. Look like a single part hull, it's not. Right, I think I'm beginning to understand that now. I'll have a look at that in a minute. This is not too bad, and there's quite a few parts. This is the actual parts list. Another page of parts list. Wouldn't use that. There's two clear parts, which are aircraft. There's photo etch, decals, and my bugbear. I hate these. I hate these with a passion. I really do. These are the photo etch handrails. Now, there's nothing wrong with them, but you breathe on them. You only have to breathe on them, and they just bend. I really hate them, but then at the same time I love them. And when they are on a model, they look absolutely superb. They can improve a model's look tremendously, but I really do. I really hate them. They really are my biggest bugbear. Oh, this is another one of those weird sort of things. So there's the upper and lower hull, 4 centre decks. So we'll have a look at all the parts later on. And then once again, you see, you're building all the armaments first. I personally would not build the armaments first. Now I know, well I will get, I don't know, I will get it. There is an aftermarket kit for this. I don't know if Pontos do one, they probably do. But you can't get Pontos in this country anyway, too expensive. But I do know there's an MK1 kit for this. I think I saw it somewhere. I don't think they do it in a single piece, unfortunately. I think you've got to buy various parts. But certainly there's an MK1 design upgrade kit for this, and I will buy that, because that will replace a lot of this. That's what part of this armament is. That's what part of this is. It's because it's, and this is from Master, Reality and Miniature, Prinz Eugen armament. 105mm 12 pieces, 203mm 8 pieces. So these, so the aftermarket, so I've got that. And anyway, I'm gabbing on here. You can buy a lot of aftermarket for this, and I will do. Now this looks quite good for this kit. I've never, as I say, I've never built a Trumpeter kit ever. So part 3, you see in part 3 we're putting the hull together, we're putting all the armaments in place. Now I wouldn't do that. I personally would work on the decks first. You would almost certainly be able to get wooden decks for this. See, this has got all the anchors going in, you've got all the guns going on, and nothing about the, this is weird, there's nothing in there, well, nothing there about putting the propellers on, nothing there about putting the propellers on. I can't see anchors, must have had propellers surely. So I can't see anything there, so if you bought all this on, turn it upside down to put the propellers on, you're pretty much knackered, aren't you? So I wouldn't build all these before building the ship. I would build the decks first. And then you've got a nice bit of, it looks quite complex, well not complicated, but it looks quite good. So you've got the guns. Once again, that does come to FAR built for this. It's going to be interesting to see how they're going to go in, because in here they have a thing going through which will raise the guns up and down, I presume. The aftermarket doesn't have that. It just has a barrel that's going to fit in. It's going to be interesting to see how that goes. I think there's probably something else I shall have to buy before I bought that, because it was cheap enough along with the model. But you got all the cabins going in here, superstructure going around the deck. It's quite a long deck on the look of it. So that's not too bad. There's got quite a bit of detail going in here. So you've got ladders, all of which could probably be replaced with phototech. I reckon a lot of this, but oh, and there's these two fins again. They have them in the German ships as well. I forget what you call them now. They're like torpedoes. I think they drag them behind the ship, don't they, for a sort of, don't know if they're detectors of some description. Two of them there. Yeah, various little guns. So these decks would be fitted before all this is done. I wouldn't do all this and then fit them. That's a nice bit of detail there as well, by the look of it. There's quite a bit of plastic down there. So that's got a decent bit of... And it's just showing a lot of detail on here, so it'd be interesting to see if it's got all this detail on. How the plastic is detailed. Ladders again. And once again, I think a lot of it can be replaced. I think a lot of this can be replaced. And it'd be interesting to see what that floor is. It looks interesting. That can probably be replaced. Oh, and then we've got whatever they are. It doesn't actually tell you what they are, this is the only thing with it. Well, it looks like radars. It could be radar, funnel base, superstructure of some description. Looks like a smaller funnel. Looks like they would be holding things like guns and might have binoculars on the lights, radar I think, other bits of radar. Once again, aftermarket might replace a lot of that. This is quite interesting as well. Now we've got the mask going in here. Now as soon as you can buy an MK1 kit for this, these plastic parts here, the masks, might be replaceable with copper. They will be a lot better. There's some interesting stuff here. That looks like a radar or something. And again, so you're building all that up bit by bit. Ladders that will be replaced. There's not many parts, well, not many parts and instructions. So the mass, once again, oh, these have got starfish as well. So you've got the mass, once again with the MK1 kit, I think you might be able to replace them with copper mass. And they would be replaced, the starfish would be replaced with copper or brass. Phototech. You might be able to get the doors all replaced. They look like binoculars. They look like they're maybe binoculars. And you've got the other bit, and now the masts are all going together. Now these are sitting in the decks, which are still not on the model at this moment. You're building yet another deck. So you've got the masts going together, and searchlights. And we've got more of the deck fittings with the mast going on. Some sort of looks like a handrail of some description. Plenty of little ladders. There seems to be quite a few small guns here. Not sure what that is. Aircraft, oh no, it might be an aircraft launcher. That might be where the aircraft launch from. That's probably a funnel top or something. I'm not sure. Might be a top or something, you know, judging by the grating. Could be a funnel top. I've only got 2.5 minutes left on this, so I want to try and get through this and see if we can get it done without doing a second video of the instructions. See, oh right, yeah, it's funnel tops, so those are funnel tops. And the funnels are quite complicated, well, detailed. There's quite a bit of fuse, bits and pieces. They're just davits, and then the boats going in, the various ship's boats. Once again, I think a lot of that might be replaced. And then you're putting it into the now you're putting it into the hull. Now you're putting it onto the deck. Now I wouldn't do this. There's no way I would do this. Not like this. I would be worried to death that if I put that in like that onto the deck, it would be so easy to knock one of these pieces off, snap a mast or do anything. I just wouldn't do that. The decks would be fitted into the hull, and then all of this, I would build all the superstructure around first, fit that onto the decks, and then start building all the bits and pieces up, so that it is all built on the model, on the ship. So I don't have to worry about putting it in separately. And then that, once again, is just showing you all the bits and pieces, so that's fine. The ship's boat's going in last, that's fine. And then you put the rudders in. So according to this then, now you put all this in, and now you're going to turn the ship over to put the rudders in. Pathetic. That's not going to work, is it? That would be done first. So part 20 would be part 1. I would do these first. The propellers probably last, but I would do that would be the first part of the job. I would not put them in as part 20. It just wouldn't work. It just wouldn't work. You could not tip this upside down to put them rudders in, like that is showing you. You just couldn't do it. So they would go in last, they would go in first. This is just going to run out now, but 1 second left.